Welcome to Exposure on Writing in Prison. My name is Kate Meissner. I am the Prison and Justice Writing Program Director at PEN America, and I'm so happy to see you all here at this World Voices Festival event. So, without further ado, I'm very excited to welcome our amazing readers who have stepped in for the writers that can't be here to bring their work to you, and I'm so grateful to all of you for being here.
Again today, I watched breaking news of yet another data breach. This latest breach involved a weather app and is similar to what happened to your social media, banking, and wearable devices that track your comings and goings. The same indignity befell your stolen Social Security numbers, Pinterest accounts, and online habits, data now ripe for the picking by criminals and trolls, or reading to fulfill a multitude of harmless curiosities. I watch from society's farthest margins, violations against your rights to privacy, and your perfunctory outrage that within days will subside until the next violation. I watch this envious of your access to these resources and experiences, but also for want of similar exposure of my own personal data, my interests, rehabilitative successes and reentry goals that comprise my activities in prison, data that would expose who I am compared to who I was, what I've done to change and what I'm continuing to do. Your concerns, however justified, are the kind of airing that not all, but many prisoners are clamoring for. Through every letter home or to a reporter, essay or poetry submission, email, birthday or thank you card, sent with the off-chance hope its sentiments will be leaked beyond its intended recipient or shared with someone else. For therein lies our unique voices and how we network by putting ourselves out there. For the imprisoned, your violations of privacy and data breaches are an attractive alternative and analogous of transparency. The potential gains from such exposures far outweigh the risks of renewed public scorn. We want our personal data released into the public sphere. In many ways, it already is. Much about us is public information, starting with our arrest and the blurb of history that usually follows. But once transferred to prison, our narratives lapse into a shroud of privacy. Despite the systemic suppression of our voices, we fill in the lapses where we can, many of which lie within our prison records. In Virginia, they lie within CORIS, the Correctional Information System, an extensive database that includes our institutional adjustment, disciplinary infractions, vocational training, and other developmental activities, risk assessments, and observational reports by correctional staff and officers. Public access to the cache of data in CORIS would fundamentally change the public perception of prisoners. Where every stakeholder, victims, judges, prosecutors, and neighbors, our families, advocates, and friends had access to our prison records, its data would hold all of us accountable, stakeholders and prisoners alike. Public access to CORIS would further substantiate evidence-based practices and prison reforms. It would affirm our personal endeavors towards reformation and either refute or corroborate everything we've been writing in our letters and telling our families over the phone. It would bolster your trust in us and validate the sacrifices of our loved ones and that their hopes in us are not misplaced. No file, no matter how comprehensive, can replace the long and frank conversations we prisoners want to have. Nor should these conversations and everything we share in them go uncorroborated. Within the two data sets lie our critical paths, all the wrong and right turns we've taken throughout this ordeal. When used together, they contextualize our footprints, the imprints made years ago, as well as the impressions we're making today. Our paths contain endeavors and digital footprints we want you to track, so that hopefully, one day, you'll be encouraged by what you see and can say, I see where he's going.